There was a time when the land felt quiet, not peaceful, just silent in a way that makes you uneasy. No rain, dry ground, cracked earth. For 3 years the sky had been shut tight, and everyone knew why. Though few wanted to say it out loud, Israel had drifted. Kings had bowed to idols, and Baal, the so-called god of rain and storms, was now being praised louder than the Lord. And then Elijah stepped forward, not with an army, not with applause, just one man standing in front of a nation that had forgotten who it belonged to. He stood before King Ahab and said, "How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. If Baal is God, then follow him." The people said nothing. So Elijah made a proposal, simple, public, and impossible to ignore. "Let's settle this on Mount Carmel. 2 altars, 2 sacrifices, no fire. The God who answers by fire, that's the true God." Sounded fair, even bold. So the prophets of Baal, hundreds of them, agreed. That morning, Mount Carmel filled with noise. The prophets went first. They built their altar, laid out the sacrifice, and began to call on Baal. They shouted, they danced, they begged. Hours passed. The sun climbed higher. Nothing. Elijah watched quietly. By midday, their prayers turned desperate. They cried louder. They cut themselves, hoping pain might move their God. Still nothing. No fire, no voice, not even a whisper. Elijah finally spoke. Not cruel, but honest. "Maybe he's busy. He's asleep." They shouted even louder. But the sky stayed silent, and it was Elijah's turn. He rebuilt the altar of the Lord, stone by stone. 12 stones, 1 for each tribe. Not forgotten, not lost. He placed the sacrifice on the altar and then did something strange. He called for water, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Water soaked the sacrifice, flooded the altar, built the trench around it. Humanly speaking, fire was now impossible, and that was the point. Elijah stepped back and prayed, not loudly, not dramatically, just a few words. "Lord, let it be known today that you are God in Israel." That was all. And then fire fell. Not a spark, not a flame. Fire from heaven consumed the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, even the water in the trench. In a moment, everything changed. The people fell to the ground. The Lord, He is God. The Lord, He is God. It wasn't about Elijah. It was never about the show. It was about tired, confused people, that God was still present, still powerful, still faithful. And after the fire, after the mountain went quiet again, Elijah climbed higher and prayed once more. For rain, at first, nothing. Then a servant saw it, a cloud no bigger than a hand. And soon the sky that had been silent for years opened up. Rain poured down on the land, not because God had returned, but because the people finally remembered who He had always been. Sometimes the fire doesn't fall to impress us. It falls to wake us up.